Okay, so there was an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal. This is updated September 30th. Looks like Aston Martin, 8% of some kind of offering where they offered some more shares, were purchased by Geely, Geely. And Geely Holding, that's a name that you can kind of remember. It sticks out in the mind. Yeah, they own the majority share in Lotus too. It's a Chinese company. So 8% of Aston Martin's owned by Aston Martin, however they want to pronounce it, doesn't matter. Is owned by Geely now. Geely also owns Volvo, I think 100%, which they bought in 2010, bargain basement prices during the financial crisis. And okay, let's keep in mind, the shares in Aston Martin are down 80% this year. So, okay, Geely majority shareholders, let's think about it. Geely 8%, Saudi Arabia investment fund 19%, U-Tree 19%, and I guess somebody involved with U-Tree is like the chairman, or maybe he's running things and his son's driving a race car. He's like a fashion guy. So I would expect in the near future, not reading tea leaves, just looking at the clouds and seeing that the rain is coming and the current economic climate, you will probably see Saudi Arabia and Geely as majority owners of Aston Martin. Geely also owns 10% of Mercedes-Benz. Now, Aston Martin's a brand that you see in all these James Bond movies. So they date back to something like 1913. So he owns 10% of Mercedes-Benz, bought Lotus, majority stake in Lotus in 2017. They're picking up some like high stakes companies. Now, what was this Brexit thing all about? Where they wanted to leave the European Union because they were getting more protectionist, wanted to keep things inside. It seems like everything's getting sold off. Because Jaguar Land Rover, that's owned by Tata, which is an Indian company. And they're building those cars. Yes, they build them in the UK still. They build them in Slovakia too, and China, and India, and Brazil. So it's great for globalization and letting folks come in and buy your stuff, but why are you leaving stuff? It's just such a contrast, especially with everything going on. But in the near future, I would expect that Aston Martin is going to be owned, majority of it's going to be owned by Geely and Saudi Arabia investment funds. You could put me on the record for that. Good article by the Wall Street Journal. Not an expensive subscription. I think it's like $4 a month when they have the sales going on. You should probably jump on it. It's a good idea. See you on the next one. Like and subscribe.